Hello, Chris here. In this 22-part video series, I'm going to show you how to make an animated farm scene like this in Blender. In the previous videos, we made all these modules and arranged them in a scene like this. In this video, we're going to add fog to our scene and make a scene like this. Let's get started. This is what we got up to last time. We made a mistake in the past video. If you go to modify properties and expand these displace modifiers, as you can see, there is a red color in the ground soil vertex group. This is because for some reason, I deleted the ground soil vertex group and changed it to named ground, as you can see. So if you go to modify properties and when there is a red color like this, if it's in a vertex group, then that means that vertex group is missing. So you can change this to ground. Now that mistake is corrected. Make sure object data properties, this is named ground 2, and go to modify properties and recheck that the displacement modifier is applied to the ground vertex group. Go to object data properties and make sure this ground is selected. Go to weight paint and make sure the ground vertex group is the one that is being applied correctly. As you can see, it is the one. So go to object mode. Now we're going to add fog to our scene. Since this is a morning scene, I'm going to add some fog to our scene. So shift plus A, mesh. We need to add a cube. So select the cube, yes to scale, and scale it like this so that everything is inside our cube. Then select this cube, go to solid mode, go to object properties. After selecting the cube, then scroll down and go to viewport display and change this to wire. As you can see, now we can see the scene. Now select the cube, go to shading tab, change this to object. Currently we are in world. As you can see, we can't see anything. Change this to material preview mode. Now we need to add a new material. Click new, change this to fog. Select the principal BSDF. We don't need the principal BSDF. We need a volume BSDF. So select this one, delete this, shift plus A, shader, principled volume. Then place it here, then connect this volume to the volume. Now if we go to rendered mode, as you can see, this is a real thick fog inside. Now we need to change the density, change this to 0.1. Now we need to change this really small, 0.05. If we go to camera view using 0, we can't see anything as the fog is too thick. Change this to 0.01. So you can see we got nice fog to our scene. Change this density again, 0.01 back. Now we need to apply the scale of this cube. Select the cube, Ctrl plus A, then scale. This will apply the scale of the cube. Go to camera view, zoom in. So you can see it's looking like this. We need to decrease this again. So 0.005. Now it's looking good. You can decrease this if you want, but I'm going to leave it like this. Now if you go to layout mode, then go to rendered mode. You can see the fog inside our cube like this. G to move, Z to move along Z axis and move it here like this. Go to camera using numpad 0. You can change the color of the fog. Go to shading tab. Going to change this color a little. Don't change this too much. Going to change this to 0.004. We can make this fog a little more interesting by giving it a little emission. So if I change this emission strength to 1, as you can see, this will be bright. So I'm going to decrease this a little. I'm going to change it to 0.001. As you can see, this will give a little glow to our fog, which will make it look more interesting. You can change this up a little, 0.002. This will make it look more like this, which is a morning fog, which is looking good. Then go to layout mode, then go to rendered mode. If you go to camera view using numpad 0, our scene is looking like this, which is good. Then go to material preview mode as my viewport is really slowing down since I'm using a slow computer. So you can see we can't see anything. This is because I turned off the overlays. Turn on the overlays. You probably didn't do that, so you don't need to follow along with that. Now select this cube. Now we need to move this into a new collection. So press EM in the keyboard. Click new collection. Change the name to fog. Then click OK. Now save the file. Save. Then go to camera view using number 0. Now fog is looking more interesting like this. As you can see, if you go to rendered mode, you can see the realistic view like this. If you give a little emission to the fog, it will be looking interesting like this. As you can see, we can add some lights inside our barns if you want. I'm going to add some lights inside our barn. Select this one, shift plus S cursor to selected. This will place a 3D cursor to the center of this barn, as you can see here. Then we need to add a light, shift plus A, light, point light. This will add a point light here. Then G to move, Z to move along Z axis and place it like this. So you can see it's inside our barn right now. Go to the object data properties, change this power to 100. Then go to rendered mode. As you can see, a light is inside our barn. I'm going to change this color to a yellow color. Like this. I'm going to change this to 200. If you go to camera view, we can see the light inside coming from. I'm going to change this to 400. So you can see the light is coming from inside our barn. Then go to material preview mode. Select this one, then shift plus S cursor to selected. This will place a 3D cursor here. We don't need to add a new light. We can duplicate this one. First we need to add this light into a new collection, which is lighting and camera. Select the light, then press M in the keyboard, select the collection camera and lighting. This will add that lighting to the camera and lighting collection. Now if we duplicate this light, this will add that second duplicate light into this collection. So select the light, shift plus D, right click to cancel the movement, then shift plus S, then select selection to cursor. This will move that light into the 3D cursor. Then G to move, Z to move along Z axis and place it here. We go to wireframe mode. We can see the light inside our barn, as you can see here. Then G to move, Z to move and move it to here. Now select this one. We need to add the lighting here. So place a 3D cursor, shift plus right click and place it here. Select the light, shift plus D to duplicate, right click to cancel any movement, shift plus S is selection to cursor, then G to move and move it inside like this. Period key on the number to zoom into the selection, G to move and move it inside our barn like this. Now we need to place one inside this house. So select this, shift plus S, cursor to selected, select the lamp, shift plus D, right click to cancel any movement, shift plus S, selection to cursor. This will place the light to the 3D cursor, G to move, Z to move and move it to here. Now we got lights in our scene, then go to rendered mode, go to camera view using number 0. As you can see, the light is coming inside from our barns and the fog is looking that lighting a lot good. If you want, you can decrease the density of the fog. I'm going to leave it like this since I'm going to make a morning scene. Then go to solid mode, file, save. Now that we got all these modules in our scene and we arrange them like this, in the next video I'm going to show you how to change the leaf color of our trees according to our preferences. Then we will make a custom maple tree and apply an albedo leaf texture to it. That's it for this video. If you like this video so far, please give a like to this video in the bottom. And if you're new to this channel and you want to get more videos like this, you can subscribe to this channel using the subscribe button at the bottom. And if you want to get notified while I release new videos, you can press the bell icon below. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye for now.